All right, so here we are again, week 7, NFL Sunday, my NFL Sunday predictions, all-day predictions, and once again, I am incredibly late giving out my predictions. I already did my predictions, but I did not post them. I already wrote my predictions. I just got finished writing them all. I still got to do my Monday Night Football predictions, but for those who follows my other page, I'm running 2 YouTube channels, and I'm creating products and running a few businesses, so I am working on strategically building, I guess you could say, building sustainable systems for me to be more productive and for me to keep, putting out these videos and putting out my writings in a timely manner, especially with the NFL season, because these games are not going to wait on me, and I need to work on getting my predictions out a lot sooner. So I will do better with that, with the videos and with my writings. I will do much better with that, and I still need to create all day's X account, and so I will probably more than likely do that today. But this is something I enjoy. It's just all about just being efficient with my time and my schedule, and being efficient on that and being consistent on following that. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to still put out my predictions, even though the games are about to start. I don't care. I'm still going to do it. This is documentation, a way I can look at it, And so we're all learning here, and this is all fun and games, and I'm going to keep being consistent on doing this year in, year out, season in, season out. This is a platform that I just created a few months ago, and I plan on it being a huge platform, and I plan on it getting better and better and better. So let's go up. So with all that being said, let's go on. Let's go on with the predictions. So I did predict the Patriots to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. That was one of my bold predictions this week, and it didn't happen. Now, right now I'm watching the game right now. Like, I'm watching it on replay. The Jacksonville Jaguars against New England Patriots. When the game first came on, because I was expecting, I was thinking that Drake May was going to come out and do his thing, which he did. He did play very well in the first half, but Jacksonville got a hold on him, which is understandable, And so I believe that New England now is in good hands. I believe they should keep playing Drake May, because he is showing signs that he can lead this team, and that he could be probably a great quarterback in this league. He's completing his passes. So he just almost threw a pick, but he's completing his passes. He's going through his progressions. He's checking it down, and when he needs to, he's running when he needs to. He's very mobile. He's very athletic. I believe that Drake May is a quarterback that can definitely develop and become a great quarterback. Especially, he can do some things, do some damage. New England can win some games, especially when you build a really great roster around him. Or not even a great roster, probably just a solid roster around him. Right now, he's working with really nothing. I feel like probably the best player on that offense probably is Stevenson. So I'm a huge fan of Stevenson. I love that running back. So let's see what happens. Let's see what New England may do next week. But today they got pretty much blown out. They lost 16. They lost spot. They lost. The game ended up being 16-32. I predicted New England to win. I predicted it to be a little closer, because it wasn't so much just only Drake May. I also felt like the Patriots defense was going to come through, and their defense has been pretty good, but it hasn't been as good as I thought it was going to be. I felt like I thought that Gerard Mayo was going to just pretty much be exactly like Bill Belichick, but that hasn't really so much been the case. I don't know where New England's defense is ranked this year. Let's see. Let me see where their defense is ranked. Oh wow! So their defense is not even. It's not ranked. Yeah, it's nowhere near where I thought it was going to be. I thought their defense could have at least been a top 10 defense. Their defense is, I mean, according to Fox Sports, their defense is number 10. I mean, 25. They have a top 25 defense. Their defense is number 25 in the league. And they have allowed how many touchdowns this year? They have allowed 15 touchdowns this year with 358.8 yards allowed in the game, averaging a game. So yeah, their defense isn't that well. Their passing defense is 24 in the league, allowing 7 passing touchdowns. Their rush defense is 19 in the league, allowing 7 rushing touchdowns and 130.3 yards a game. So the scoring defense is number 21 in the league. Yeah, so their defense is not that good. How is their red zone defense? The red zone defense, number 22 in the league, 61.1% defensive red zone touchdown rates. So they're like ranked. Their defense is pretty much, it's not even a top 15 defense in all categories. It's 19 and above. So their defense is amongst one of the worst in the league. So I didn't do my homework on that. I felt like New England's defense could have came through, but they haven't been coming through all year. So that's an error on my end. So, but I'm going to be honest here, and I did predict New England to win this game because I felt like their defense could have came through, but it didn't. I predicted them to win 20 to 14 because even though I felt like Drake May was going to be solid, I wasn't picking them to win because of only him. I was predicting them to win because I felt like Gerard Mayo was going to come out there and with the game plan and execute his game plan on which shouldn't be that hard, on shutting down Jacksonville and at least allowing Drake May to not so much manage the game, but play complementary football, not having him win the game, but also having him not lose the game as well. And so that's why I gave them 20 points. So they nearly put up 20 points, 16. So in Drake May, he did play well in the first half, but New England's defense did not come through like I expected their defense to come through. And Jacksonville ended up putting up 32 points on New England. So, yeah, I'm not going to be so fond of picking New England to win more games throughout this year unless they show me that their defense can play like I thought their defense could play this year under Gerard Mayo. I mean, there's been a lot of teams that I have been picking. Not a lot, but there's been a few teams that I have been picking this year because I felt like their defense could win them those games and come through. And because they have a defensive-minded head coach, but those teams just has not been producing. Like Seattle, I've been predicting Seattle to win a lot of their games, and they haven't. They've been letting me down because I thought Mike McDonald was going to have a top 5 defense with the Seattle Seahawks, and that has been far from the case. So, that's one thing about football. Even though I do these predictions, on the contrary, football is very unpredictable. So I was wrong on New England, Jacksonville. I was right on Thursday Night Football, though. I was very, very right on Thursday Night Football with Denver and New Orleans. If those watch my other game video, you can check that video out. I did predict I think I predicted Denver to win 34-10. I think it was something like that. But it was very, very close. My predictions was very close on that one. So, all right, let's move on. All right, so we got Seattle. We got Seattle and Atlanta. I think that's going to be a pretty good game. That's going to be on Fox. And the game is actually starting in a few minutes. But let's see, Seattle versus Atlanta. I also wrote an article on all these predictions as well. And so I'll post the article as soon as I'm done with this video. I predicted Seattle to win. Let's see what. No, I predicted Seattle to lose. I predicted Seattle to lose 24-30. So yeah, 24-30. Atlanta Falcons would have 30. Seattle 24. All right, let's move on. I got the Detroit. You got the Detroit Lions against the Minnesota Vikings. Let's see what this game. I predicted. This is gonna. I'm so looking forward to this game. Like, this game is going to be probably the game of the week. I mean, it's a lot. That's one thing I have to say. There is a lot of great games this week. A lot of great games. I mean, let me go over the games that you should look out for. Detroit, Minnesota, obviously. Seattle, Atlanta. That's going to be a good game. We got Houston, Green Bay. That's going to be a great game. That's 3. We got Cincinnati, Cleveland can be surprisingly a good game because they're rivals and they play against But I'm not going to pick that one right now. Though both teams are struggling. But we got Kansas City, San Francisco. That's 4. That's going to be another great game. We got the Jets against Pittsburgh. Everybody, all critical eyes is going to be on that game. With the whole drama with Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then, Pittsburgh Steelers with the quarterback change of Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. That's going to be an exciting game to watch. That's 5. And then we got Baltimore Ravens against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's going to be a great game. I don't know which game. Like, that's going to be 6 extremely competitive games that we all just know this week. 6. And I am looking forward to watching every single last one of them. So, that's going to be exciting. So, but like Detroit Lions Minnesota game, that's my first game that I'm really looking forward to, and that game is starting in like 1 minute. So I actually predicted the Lions to lose this game. So the Lions will drop to 4-2. The Vikings will stay undefeated to be 6-0. I'm predicting the score to be 21-19. Minnesota 21, Detroit 19. So let's move on. We got the Philadelphia Eagles against the New York Giants. This game could probably be a good game because the Giants has a pretty good defense, and the Eagles, it looks like their offense is clicking now. Both teams are kind of disappointing, and I mean, nobody was expecting anything more from the Giants, but surprisingly their defense is pretty good, surprisingly. And the Eagles, they won last week. It wasn't like a type of victory that anybody cared about. It was like there was a game that you should have won and you barely won it at home. So, but I predicted the Eagles to walk away with this game. I predicted them to win 30-24. So, Philly 30, New York 24. So, let's see if that's correct. Tennessee against Buffalo. This could be another probably competitive game, maybe. I'm not a fan of Will Levis at all. I was starting to think that he could probably be a good quarterback, but the more I keep watching him with the critical eye and the more I keep just watching these games, he's just not impressive to me at all. Like, he's not. He wasn't impressive when he came out of college, when he got drafted, and he's not impressive to me now. And so, I'm not, I mean, the game can still be competitive, if Tennessee's defense could pull through a little bit. But Buffalo, they just traded for Amari Cooper, which was a great move by Buffalo. So you got now Josh Allen has some weapons now. Now he got some guys who he can really sling the ball to. And Keon Coleman is coming along. Keon Coleman, he is showing signs that he can be a great wide receiver in this league, maybe a number 1. But now it looks like Josh Allen could possibly have 2 number 1s because now he got Amari Cooper, and Amari Cooper isn't a great wide receiver for Keon Coleman to learn under. Amari Cooper is a workhorse. He's a workhorse. He's a grinder. He's a hustler. He's not a diva. You don't have to worry about the toxic drama in the locker room. Him being a cancer in the locker room. You don't have to worry about any of that. Amari Cooper is the type of receiver who shuts up and puts it on and it shows up on the field. And he's a great route runner. He has great hands. He is very durable. He's very productive, very effective. I've been a huge fan of Amari Cooper since he was in Alabama. A very huge fan of him ever since he was in Alabama. I love watching Amari Cooper play. So I'm excited for Josh Allen to have gotten that. I was hoping, crossing fingers, that the Chargers could have possibly made a trade to get Amari Cooper, because I feel like Amari Cooper is the type of player that can fit in the Chargers offense and is a Jim Harbaugh guy, you know. But the Chargers didn't pull it away. They didn't get Amari. So hopefully the Chargers can get another wide receiver, like maybe I was thinking maybe Cooper Kupp or DeAndre Hopkins. You know, maybe we can pull away and get one of those guys, but I don't know. So yeah, I predicted Buffalo to win this game. I can't remember what I predicted. What was the score? Let me see. So I wrote Buffalo's going to win by 10 points. Tennessee 22, Buffalo Bills 32. So yeah. So it could be a fairly pretty good game. All right, moving on. We got the Miami Dolphins against the Indianapolis Colts. Not really looking forward to this game. This game could probably end up being a boring game, to be honest. And it's a shame because both quarterbacks, I mean Anthony Richardson and Tua, you know, they're injury-prone quarterbacks. I believe Anthony Richardson is playing today. I didn't check the injury report, but I do believe he is playing. But even though, I did predict them to win this game. So I predicted the Colts to win by a couple points, 22-19. So, I mean, I predicted this game to be a fairly competitive game, but for all the wrong reasons, you know, injury to Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua, and I believe, you know, well, I don't think Joe Flacco was playing to this week, so the Indianapolis Colts will, I believe Anthony Richardson can pull it away, get a win for the Colts, you know, and put up 22 points. So yeah, for the Colts, 22 points, 22-19. Could surprisingly be a competitive game, good game, but I don't know. You know, football is so unpredictable. Now we got the Houston Texans against the Green Bay Packers. So this is one of the games that I named that's going to be a very, very great game to look out for. Any of those 6 games that I named could be all days game of the week. If I had to choose which of these games would be all days game of the week, I would choose the Baltimore Ravens and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, that would be all days game of the week right there. Baltimore Ravens, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was thinking Minnesota Vikings against the Detroit Lions, but I'm gonna go with Baltimore and Tampa Bay. That, God, man, these games is gonna be so fun to watch, so fun, God. And so, yeah. So let's move on. Oh, no, we're not gonna move on. I didn't give my prediction for Houston and Green Bay. So Houston, Green Bay. Houston and Green Bay game. Let's see who I predicted. Another close game I predicted. Houston 29, Green Bay Packers 27. So I predicted the Texans to win this game. This game could go either way. Just like the Minnesota Vikings game, this game, it really could. I struggled for a minute to actually think who was going to win this game. And I was like, God, man, the Packers could win this game. They have a pretty good defense. They could surprise the Texans. They could shut them down. They could come away with a win. And then I thought about C.J. Stroud. I thought about the Texans defense. I just couldn't. I try to follow my heart on this and my mind. I try to connect them the two and try to really strategically think who can win this game, you know. And you know, I try to do my homework throughout the week. You know, look from analyzing every team from the coordinators to the head coach. You know, from the organization, the coordinators, the head coach, from the old offensive line to the quarterback to the running back, all the way through. I try to analyze all of that. You know, and it takes time, but it's very fun. But so I try to really think heavily, you know, on these every single last one of these games. But I just, for some reason. The fiber in my body, every fiber in my body just keeps going towards Houston. I just keep believing that Houston can pull away with this win, even though I know this game could go either way. And sometimes I go against that feeling because that's what I call my bold predictions. So like, it was a feeling within inside of me that I knew Jacksonville could win, but I try to. I guess you could say I don't want to say I try to be like a smart ass, but I try to be because football is so unpredictable, you just never know sometimes. So I just be like, oh, well, I'm not afraid to be wrong, and I might be right. So New England can beat Jacksonville. Why can New England beat Jacksonville? Let's give out a good analysis why they could, and that's what makes it fun, you know. And so I was wrong, and I'm wrong a lot when I do that, but it can happen. Is my point. But this game could go either way. I picked Houston to win 29-27, but like I said, that's going to be a very highly competitive game. Two great quarterbacks, two quarterbacks that I love watching play. I'm a huge fan of Jordan Love, and I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I honestly like Jordan Love more than I like C.J. Stroud. No, I'm not saying Jordan Love is better than C.J. Stroud, but I do like. I really love how Jordan Love plays. I really do. I enjoy watching how he plays. He's a great quarterback. He's definitely a top 10. Same for C.J. Stroud. So, and I should do a video on my top 5 quarterbacks. I was supposed to do that earlier this year, and I didn't do it. So I'm gonna. That's a video that's coming. I'm gonna do a video top 5, top 10 players in their positions, especially in the West. Since now we're kind of like in the middle of the season. So yeah, Houston 29, Green Bay 27. Let's move on. We got the Cincinnati Bengals against the Cleveland Browns. This could be a competitive game. It was almost about to land into one of my all days competitive games this week. I know Cleveland is a disaster right now. I know they're a mess. I know they're disappointing. I know Deshaun Watson is a mess right now. I know he's very disappointing. I know everybody wants him gone. I understand all of that. But we are in week 7, and these teams, they do prep, they do prepare, you know, and they do practice, and they do try to figure it out how they can get it together. Maybe Deshaun Watson can pull it through. I don't think he is. I kind of lost hope and faith in Deshaun and belief in Deshaun Watson. I think he is kind of washed up now. I hope he proves me wrong. I mean, and prove my past self right, because I kept believing in him, but he keeps proving me wrong, making me look bad. So I'm like, okay, there's only so many times I can do that, when I can allow you to make me look bad. Now you have to prove it to me, because like I was giving you my belief, and I was showing that I believe in you, and you keep making me look bad. So, you know, so for the sake of credibility, I'm going to have to pick against the Browns. And I think I almost predicted them again to win this game. Did I? I probably did. I did. See, I still want to believe in Deshaun Watson. I still want to believe that he can pull through. And here's another reason why, though, I predicted them to win. I remember now. It wasn't so much Deshaun Watson. I predicted him to put up 23 points against a terrible Bengals defense. So that's not really saying much. So I predicted the Bengals to lose this game because the Browns, they always play well against the Bengals. They match up well against the Bengals, and they show out against them. So they have Joe Burrow's number. So that's why I predicted the Browns to win. I'm going to stick with that prediction. I was thinking about changing it, but I'm going to stick with it. So I have 2 bold predictions this week. Hopefully I can be 1-1. Right now I'm 0-1 because Jacksonville destroyed. I'm not going to say they destroyed, but they came through. They beat New England. I'm going to stick with this. This is recorded. This is documented. I'm going to stick with the Browns beating the Bengals. I'm going to stick with it. So if they do, you heard it from me first. I don't think anybody in America is predicting the Browns to beat the Bengals, but I am. I'm going to do it. I don't mind being wrong. I'm giving you another shot, Deshaun Watson. Please come through. I'm giving you another shot, Cleveland Browns. Come through. We match up well against the Bengals. You always have. You play well against them. You have Joe Burrow's number. Let's see what happens. Browns 23, Bengals 22. All right, we got next game. We got the Las Vegas Raiders against the Los Angeles Rams. Even though this isn't a divisional game, I did pick the Rams to win their division, and I am predicting the Rams to beat the Raiders. I can't remember what the score was. I did write it down because I wrote it in my article. I picked the Las Vegas Raiders 19, the Los Angeles Rams 34. So I actually predicted a blowout. The Raiders right now are a disaster. Everything is not going. Nothing is kind of going. It's going their way, really. The only thing that's kind of going their way right now, the only good news in Raider Nation right now, is that Tom Brady He is he is the minority owner, and he is going to have a lot of say so in calling the shots and making the decision making for the Las Vegas Raiders. So, with that being said, the Raiders are still going to lose. Yeah, so they're going to be blown out. I predict them to be blown out. They need to win now. They need help now. You know, the Tom Brady thing is more of a long-term effect. You know, that's not going to make any difference on how the Raiders are going to play throughout the season. They traded Devontae Adams away, and there's rumors that Max Crosby may get traded. I don't know how true those rumors are, you know, but it might happen. The Raiders, it sounds like the Raiders, they do love Max Crosby, you know, and I've already felt that, and I heard Adam Schefter say that. So Adam Schefter doesn't think that Max Crosby can get traded, but there's still rumors out there that's not stopping the rumors. So we'll see. But that's besides the point. Regardless if Max Crosby gets traded or not, the Raiders are still playing terrible, and it's not going their way. And I had a lot of faith in Antonio Pierce. You know, I like him as a coach, but right now he's not doing a very good job. And I know he doesn't really have that much help. The Raiders does not have a quarterback, and I honestly feel like the Raiders are going to end up getting Shedeur Sanders. I think that's a perfect organization for him to go to, especially now with Tom Brady being a minority owner and Tom Brady being his mentor, Tom Brady training him. You know, and I hear that the Raiders owner is a huge fan of Shedeur, so that can probably work out very well. Shedeur has the swag, the attitude, the personality, the mentality to be a Raider. He looks like he could be a Raider. I would love to see Shedeur Sanders in a Raiders uniform. It will be very awesome and exciting to see that. I mean, it will make the AFC West extremely competitive. I mean, you'll have Shedeur Sanders, you'll have Justin Herbert, you'll have Patrick Mahomes, you'll have Bo Nix. That will be awesome. We'll just be beating the hell out of it. I mean, it'll be so competitive, you know? So, let's see. Let's see what happens with that, you know? I guess I can predict Shedeur Sanders to go to the Raiders. I would do a draft predictions. You know, I'll put that out as well. You know, I need to start doing that, my draft projections as well, start doing my research on that. I have been doing some research on a lot of college players. I just haven't started doing where these players may end up. But that's another video for another day. Yeah, 34-19 though. So, we got the next game. We got Carolina Panthers against the Washington Commanders. This game could be an interesting game. It could be a fun game to watch. You know, since Bryce Young been benched, Carolina has been showing some signs of life, showing some signs of competitiveness, but it's still not enough, and it's definitely not going to be enough against the Commanders. The Commanders are looking really good, surprisingly. I didn't think they was going to be that good. I thought they was going to be okay, but I didn't think they was going to be as good as they are now. They're one of the best teams in the league. And J.D. Daniels is doing a very good job. I predicted the Commanders to win this game. I don't know. I can't remember what the score was. Let's see. What was the score? I predicted them to win 34-24. So 34-24. So I still think that I could put up some points for Panthers, but it just won't be enough. The defenses will not be able to contain the Commanders. Alright, so now things are getting a little bit more interesting. We got the Kansas City Chiefs against the San Francisco 49ers. We got a Super Bowl matchup. You know, if anything, if you want to beat the Chiefs, you're going to have to be perfect, or at least nearly perfect. And I know the 49ers doesn't have anything to do with this, but you don't want the Chiefs to be angry and to be even more competitive, or to get any kind of extra juice in them that they already have. The fact of them being the underdogs is disrespectful, and I know the Chiefs feels disrespected by them coming to this game being the underdogs. You don't want the Chiefs feeling like they have something to prove, and that's exactly what they're going to do when they play against the 49ers. They're going to prove that they should never be the underdogs unless they are granting us the permission for them to be the underdogs. And them granting us the permission for them to be the underdogs is them not playing well or playing up to Chiefs standards, or not winning games like they should. they're not playing games living up to Chiefs standards, but they are winning games. They are undefeated right now. They are currently undefeated, and they are 5-0. And the fact that they are underdogs is going, like, even if they weren't underdogs, I was still going to pick the Chiefs to win this game. But the fact that they are underdogs, the Chiefs are going to, they may dominate this game. They may blow the 49ers out, to be honest with you. They may do that. They may shut out the 49ers at home just to prove a point. That's how competitive Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes is. And so you can't forget about the Steve Spagnuolo defense. Oh my God. I'm a huge fan of Steve Spagnuolo. The only defensive coordinator that I like better than Steve Spagnuolo is Jesse Minter. I guess because I'm a little biased, but I think Jesse Minter is a better defensive coordinator in the entire NFL. I honestly feel like he is. But I like the defensive coordinator with the Minnesota Vikings as well, too. I like him also. But I did predict this game to be fairly close, even though I just said that the Chiefs could blow out the 49ers, which I won't be surprised if they do. But I'm going to stick with my predictions, my score predictions. I'm going to say the Chiefs is going to win this game 25-17. I was thinking about giving the Chiefs 10 more points. What the hell? So I'm going to say the Chiefs is going to win this game 35-17. So it is going to be a blowout. I'm going to go ahead and do that because the last thing you want is the Chiefs trying to prove something. You don't want that. So thanks, Vegas. Yeah. Let's move on. So that's my third bold prediction. The Chiefs blowing out the 49ers at home. Not the Chiefs winning. That's not going to be a bold prediction. The bold prediction is them blowing the 49ers out. So that's 3. So my first bold prediction was Jacksonville losing to the Patriots. That didn't happen. So I'm 0-1 right now. My second bold prediction was the Browns beating the Bengals. Let's see what happens with that. My third bold prediction is the Kansas City Chiefs blowing out the 49ers at home. Let's see what happens. Now we got another exciting game, Sunday Night Football. This is going to be, I'm so looking forward to this game. I'm looking forward to all these games, really. But really, like, there's some games the stakes are higher than the others. We got the New York Jets against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Whew. So much drama in this game. Thanks, Aaron Rodgers. Man, I'm not rooting for the Jets, man. I don't like what they did to Robert Saleh. I don't like how Aaron Rodgers is handling things there. Aaron Rodgers is there's always something with him. There's always, every time he makes headlines, it's always something negative. He's a drainage. He is not a fountain. He does not go to these organizations and being plentiful, helping these organizations get better and grow. He's not that. He's not that type of quarterback, and it's a shame, and that's why I would never have Aaron Rodgers in my top 5 quarterbacks of all time, ever. He would never make that list, ever. So, and this just proves that he's nowhere near on Tom Brady's level. He's going to the Jets and he's demanding all these moves, and it's more than likely he's not going to make a difference, and he hasn't made a difference. He's shown good signs that he can throw the ball still, but other than that, they're not winning, and Aaron Rodgers is not holding himself accountable. And if he does hold himself accountable, it's like he does it in a manipulative, gaslighting way. It's like, I hold myself accountable, but this is why it happened, so it's not all me. That's how Aaron Rodgers is. He will publicly hold himself accountable, but also publicly throw other people under the bus. So it's like, it's not just me. So don't think that I'm this quarterback. Don't think I'm bad. I still got it. Mike Williams ran the wrong route, which is the result of why that interception happened. If he didn't run the wrong route, I wouldn't have to throw the ball. But I do hold myself accountable, though. That's Aaron Rodgers for you, man. He comes with too much drama and toxicity. Like Emmanuel Acho said it the best. I really liked how Emmanuel Acho said it, even though I don't really like quoting Emmanuel Acho because I don't like how he disrespects Justin Herbert. But he did say that, he did say something about Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady that I completely agreed with. That Aaron Rodgers, everywhere he go, he's the drain. He's drainage. Tom Brady, he is the fountain. And those are facts. Everywhere Tom Brady went, he made better. He turned it into gold. Everywhere Aaron Rodgers is going, it just looks like it's just being destroyed. And it looks like after he leaves, the organization is much better without him. That's Aaron Rodgers. And this is my time to remind you all about my boy Russell Wilson, for you to stop disrespecting Russell Wilson. I don't understand why the whole world is against him. For what? Why do you guys hate Russell Wilson for so much? Like, what has he done to you? But be himself. Like, first off, Russell Wilson, I find it amazing when some people gives Aaron Rodgers an excuse, because Aaron Rodgers had the same offensive coordinator that Russell Wilson had back in Denver, and you saw the results of that, and you saw that Aaron Rodgers, supposedly one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, the most talented quarterback of all time, was having trouble with Nathaniel Hackett's terrible play calling. And so, what do you think? Why do you think that was any different with Nathaniel Hackett in Denver? And the fact of the matter is, Russell Wilson was still playing okay even with him. His first year, I saw those games. I live in Los Angeles. I saw some of Denver's games when Russell Wilson was first there. The highlights, he looked terrible. If you listen to the media, he was terrible. But if you actually watch those games with a critical eye, and you actually analyze those games and deeply look into them, Russell Wilson actually played fairly well given with what he was given and what he was working with and who his head coach was. Like I tell you guys all the time, I judged quarterbacks based off the scarce resources that is given to them and what they can do with that. I don't look at the stats. I look at the tape, and I look at what these players and what specific, and also definitely what these quarterbacks can do, how they are producing, and how they are working with what they got. And given that, Russell Wilson played fairly well in his first season as a Denver Bronco. He did. Go back, look at the tape. Watch the tape. Look at how some of the plays he was trying to create out of nothing when he was working with absolutely nothing. It's hard, very hard, to be a player, let alone be a quarterback, an effective, productive quarterback, with a terrible, incompetent head coach and organization, and including, especially, with the icing on top, with no personnel to work with. But you all never gave Russell Wilson that excuse, that reason. Somebody like Aaron Rodgers, you'll give him that excuse. All these other quarterbacks, you'll give them that excuse. But for some reason, you don't give that excuse for Russell Wilson. And it bothers me, it disturbs me how much hate Russell Wilson gets through you people. Not people, you people. It's annoying. And I hate that. And it's disrespectful and it's dumb. Russell Wilson is a good quarterback. I don't know if he's still a great quarterback, but he is a good quarterback still. And you saw what he did when Sean Payton came. He put up numbers, he produced, he won games. Justin Fields didn't do that. Justin Fields, the only difference that Justin Fields is showing you right now with Pittsburgh is that he won't turn the ball over, and he can manage the game quite well. That's the only thing that Justin Fields is showing us right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers has barely put up 20 points a game with Justin Fields under the center. But people are saying Justin Fields should still be the starter. He should still be the starter. We are in week 7. There are some games that Pittsburgh should not have even won, that they did win. Cam Newton saying they're 4-2. Bro, not all 4-2s are created equal. Not all 4-2s have the same value. Look at what Justin Fields has done. He didn't really do that much. They are not going to be able to go that far with the basic generalizing quarterback play of average quarterback play of Justin Fields. They're not going to go that far. Pittsburgh is trying to win games and go to the playoffs, and they're trying to go to the Super Bowl. Pittsburgh's goal right now is Super Bowl. That's why they got Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He has a ring. He's been to the Super Bowl twice, something that Aaron Rodgers never done. Aaron Rodgers only been to the Super Bowl once. But nobody's not. Well, some people are knocking Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers ain't nearly getting as much hate as Russell Wilson is. He's not nearly getting as much hate that he should as compared to Russell Wilson. Somebody like Aaron Rodgers, who walks around, burns down everything he goes to, hasn't done anything since his MVP season that was like a century ago. But Russell Wilson, he's not burning down everywhere he goes. He's just being himself, and he's actually producing on the field, but he gets this freaking hate. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. And I'm looking forward to Russell Wilson actually playing very well tonight. I am. I really am. I mean, there were throws that Justin Fields was missing because he just didn't see it. He can't see the game how he's supposed to be seeing it. Missing wide open throws down the field. Not even actually attempting to make the throws. You know, and this thing they can't really do so much with George Pickens because Justin Fields is not competent enough to be able to do those plays. They can't even open up the playbook with Justin Fields. So it's ridiculous, man. No. Justin Fields is not the answer. He's not the answer, and he never will be. We have 6 years of evidence, empirical evidence on Justin Fields. He's not it. So everybody, stop trying to make Justin Fields something that he's not. He's not going to be that quarterback. He's never will be. That's why he's getting benched right now. Now, I will say this. You can still use Justin Fields. He can still be a weapon. Just not as your starting quarterback. I believe Justin Fields can be that type of Taysom Hill type of player. I think Justin Fields can be a really good football player. Not quarterback, footballer. I feel like it's going to take a coach to be bold enough to do that. I would like to see Mike Tomlin do that with Justin Fields. I would like to see Mike Tomlin, that offensive coordinator, and the offensive coordinator, to design specific plays for Justin Fields. I would like to see that. That would be awesome for Justin Fields. He's very talented. He's very athletic. He's just not it for a quarterback. He's just not it. I would love to see Pittsburgh do that. I hope they do. If not, trade him. Trade him to the Chargers. I know Jim Harbaugh will use him. Jim Harbaugh will squeeze every single ounce out of you. He will play you in different positions. He does it. Bring him to the Chargers. Oh yeah, you know, I mean, I'm saying all that, but I wouldn't mind having Justin Fields as a Chargers. Greg Roman designing some plays for Justin Fields. Wouldn't mind it at all. It would never happen. I don't see him ever going to the Chargers, but I'm just saying. I do think that a team could do that for Justin Fields. But it's just going to take a team willing to take those risks and willing to want to put in the effort of doing that. If I was offensive coordinator, I would do that. You know, if I was a head coach, I would do that. I would look at how I can use these players to the best of their capabilities. Not trying to force them to do something that they can't do. You know, that's why he's being benched right now. Hopefully Pittsburgh can do that, though. Hopefully they will, design up some plays for Justin. I think there's word on the street that they will do that. They may do that, so hopefully so. So now we got Monday Night Football. We got these last 2 games of the week. That's going to close out Week 7. 2 great games that I'm looking forward to. Well, I don't know if the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cardinals game will be a great game, maybe. But, but it definitely is going to be a game to look out for, to look into, watch. We got the Harbaughs playing on Monday. That's going to be exciting. That's exciting. That's cool, interesting, unique, ironic. We got John Harbaugh and the Baltimore Ravens facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's going to be a very competitive game. That's one of All Day's competitive games of the week, and that's All Day's game of the week. So I predicted. Oh wait, not bad. I didn't even give my predictions for the Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. My fault. I predicted. So with all that being said, I did predict Pittsburgh to win. I predicted Pittsburgh to win by 1 point, 27-26. Obviously, this will be a very competitive game. It's going to be a very exciting game, very interesting game. It's going to be a game you do not want to miss. Watch out for that game. Pittsburgh 27, New York Jets 26. Aaron Rodgers, and I'm also predicting Aaron Rodgers to find somebody to point the finger to. Because that's what he does. Oh, while at the same time holding himself accountable. That's how he tricks us all. I held myself accountable, but you're still pointing fingers. That's the whole point of holding yourself accountable. You take full responsibility, Aaron Rodgers. Full. Baltimore Ravens, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who do we got? You already know. Wait, did I write about my predictions on this one? I didn't. I think I stopped writing. The article to go ahead and do the video because it was getting late. And I wanted to go ahead and do this video. I knew this video was going to be long, so I did not write my predictions on this game. And so let's go on and say who my predictions will be right now. The Ravens will win this game. The Ravens will win this game. They're not going to be able to stop Derrick Henry. The Buccaneers. Buccaneer defense is whatever. I don't know what their defense is ranked. Let's see what their defense is ranked. Defense isn't that good. They have been getting up a lot of points this year. Their rushing defense, it's not even in the top 10. It's top 12. Their rush defense is 12 in the league, giving up 113.3 points a game, 8 touchdowns. The Ravens are not going to lose this game. They're just not. Now, the Buccaneers can put up some damn points. They can put up points, boy. Like their offense is hot. But they're gonna. I feel like their offense is going to be slowed down by the Ravens. The Ravens is playing very physical football right now. They're playing hardball football. There's no way in hell that either Harbaugh brothers are going to lose on Monday Night Football prime time. No way in hell. They're way too competitive. Way too competitive for that. And those teams are going to be coming out smash mouth, playing smash mouth football, playing the same exact type of football. If you look at the Ravens and look at the Chargers, they're playing the exact same type of football. They really are. And ironically, they both have the same record. And they both have a top 5 quarterback. In a top 5 or 10 defense. Same type of football. Top 5, 10 rushing attack. You know. So I'm just going to tell you right now that the Buccaneers and the Cardinals are going to lose. And I'm going to give my predictions for the Ravens and the Buccaneers game. I would say the Ravens will win this game 45 to 20. Yeah, 45 to 20. I was thinking, because the Buccaneers high-powered offense, are they going to put up more points than that? But I'm just going to stop with that 20. I'm going to stop at 20. I'm not going to try to keep tagging on points, trying to keep analyzing it, thinking deep about it. I don't want to give it too much thought. I want to say 45 to 20. Ravens 45, Buccaneers 20. I am going to predict the Chargers to beat the Cardinals 31 to 15. 31 to 15. Yeah. So the Harbaugh brothers is going to come out there and dominating tonight is what I'm saying. That's not even a bold prediction. I'm not even going to have that be a bold prediction. Because if they do that, nobody's going to be surprised. They may be surprised by the Chargers because the Chargers doesn't have a high-powered offense and the Chargers has having a lot of injuries right now. But at the same time, they may not because the Cardinals' defense is terrible and they're very inconsistent right now. We don't know which Cardinal team is going to show up. The Cardinals is playing well one day, and they're playing terrible the next. They're very inconsistent. Very inconsistent. I do think Marvin Harrison Jr. will have some big plays down the field. I do believe that. I do believe he will grab probably a couple touchdowns. That's like getting 15 points. But other than that, it's not going to happen. Now, I will say this. The Chargers, even though the Chargers defense is very, very great, very, very good, or great, they do have problems. If there's one hole in their defense, they do sometimes give up a deep ball every now and then. I don't like that. Our pass defense got to get together. If we did not give up a couple deep passes, we could more than likely be undefeated right now because we gave up You gave up a blown coverage to Pittsburgh. It wasn't like a deep pass, but it was a post. You gave up a post. They ran it in for a touchdown. And we also gave up. We lost to Pittsburgh by 10 points. We could have beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh if we didn't have those injuries and if we didn't give up those big plays down the field. We could have beat Kansas City Chiefs if we didn't get burnt by Xavier and Worthy. He took the top off our defense. So I'm not liking that. Also, last week, our defense is showing signs that it struggles against mobile quarterbacks. Only reason why we did not shut out the Denver Broncos because towards the end of the game, we were having problems of containing Bo Nix. That defense got to get that together. If we can get that together, and I know Jesse Minter is not an idiot. Jesse Minter, in my opinion, is the best defense coordinator in the league, right next to Steve Spagnuolo. If we can get those things fixed, we can win every single game for the rest of the year. Going deep into the playoffs, into the Super Bowl. I predict us to go to the Super Bowl. If we can get that together, no more giving up deep passes, no more blown coverages, no more. I know we hardly ever give it up, but I don't want us to give it up at all, because that one deep pass, that for a touchdown, that can be the game. Because especially with our offense not being as high powered as it is, and especially with Jim Harbaugh wanting to have it be a run first heavy team, don't give up those plays and contain the running back. Like Jim Harbaugh even said himself, you got to treat a mobile quarterback like he's a running back. You got to treat Kyler Murray like he's a running back. You have to treat it that way. He's a running back that can throw. You got to have that in your mind. No more deep passes, nothing behind you. Give everything in front of you. Contain Kyler Murray. Keep Kyler Murray in front of you. Don't let him get the momentum. Don't let him get the leverage on you, sideline to sideline. Or you know what I'm saying, there's holes in the defense, there's gaps, and he could take a gap, run in for 5-10 yards, first down. Please don't let that happen tonight. And that's why I'm predicting you to only allow the Cardinals to put up 15 points, because I believe you won't allow that to happen. I believe you prepared all week for that not to happen. I know Jesse Minter got that team ready for that. That's why I'm so looking forward to that tomorrow night. Looking forward to that game. Hold them, please. So yeah, those are my predictions, and these are going to be some exciting games. I'm really looking forward to them. And thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and we will be back soon and all day. Take care. Happy Sunday.